Yo, everybody, what is up, what is up, what is up? How does it hanging, y'all? Jake was not ready for the stream. There we go. What is up, everybody? How's it going, everybody? What is up? How's it hanging? Got to get the cool music going and everything. I had a great conversation with the Lethal Collective just now, which is where I was. Jake's a little 30 seconds late. Relax. But we're talking horror now. What's up? Matt's here. My right hand is red after how much editing I've done today. Matt, yes, did a lot. Matt's been doing a lot of the editing today, as it's a YouTube work day for Jake. Something I want to say real quick is, I'm still technically on vacation. I'm just going to be working Mondays and Fridays for the rest of the month on YouTube, and then the other days are spent editing Red Right Hand. So make sure to check that out this December. It's going to be good. It's going to be good stuff. Culpin is here. What's up? What's up? Had a good vacation. Thought you weren't doing streams in November. I'm just doing a few streams here and there. So like I was just saying, Mondays and Fridays I will be there. I'll be posting videos, doing streams and stuff, but every other day I'm going to be working on the film with Matt. So this is a rare November stream from old Jake. Jen Warner is here, one of my awesome channel members. What's up, Jen? How's it going? How's it going? Welcome. Austin is here. What's up? What's up? Omni is here. How's it hanging? Locked is here. Just leave her alone. What's up, Jake? How's it going? How's it going, man? Lisa's here. What's up? What's up? How's it hanging, everybody? Big collective hello and hug to all of you guys, all you horror-loving fiends. How's it going? I missed y'all. I missed streaming on here. I miss streaming with y'all. 40 in Fandomus. It's a busy night for the collective. Yeah, yes, it is. We're all doing fun stuff tonight. It's a very good time. Very good time. Sphinx is here. What's up? How's it hanging? How's it going? It's going good. Jake's chilling. Easton is here. Another channel member. What's up? What's up? How's it going? So I titled the stream talking a little bit about Scream 6, and just like on Terrifier 3, the new Friday the 13th series. But honestly, I just want to talk about anything. It's just great to be back streaming. So whatever we want to talk about, I'm here for it. Let's talk whatever the hell we want to talk about. A lot of very exciting things happening just from this past week. If it's Terrifier 2 hitting $10 million today, if it's Crystal Lake getting announced, a new series from Friday the fucking 13th. Holy shit. That is so exciting. Lots of good stuff. Did I like Pray for the Devil? Let me put it this way. There was so little to talk about with that movie, I didn't even make a review. I don't know. It was just a generic possession film. I got nothing else except for that. It had some weird subtext that I wasn't a big fan of, but I don't know. Wasn't big on Pray for the Devil. Kind of very generic. Very generic movie. I was and they advertised it like it wasn't going to be that. I was really, really shocked. Really shocked by that one. Mr. Rick's got a dope profile picture, a little Red Right Hand poster in there. What's up, Mr. Rick? How's it going? And Omni's throwing $2 in there with a super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that so much. Omni saying, let me know if you need a writer in the future. Down to work. Absolutely, man. We'll make some more. Hopefully, if Red Right Hand is successful, we will absolutely make another movie. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that it does well. So go ahead and I sent Omni some stuff too. So if you guys want any Red Right Hand stuff, I can send it your way, and you can post it anywhere you want. You can have all the publicly released stuff. I'll send it all your way. So just hit me up on Instagram or Twitter for all that stuff. But thank you for the $2, Omni. I appreciate that. Did I watch The Night House? Absolutely. Yeah, I like The Night House. It's good. It's probably my favorite film. That's tough. I really like The Ritual. Definitely one of my favorites from David Bruckner. Really liked it. The ending I wasn't hot on, but besides that, I really enjoyed it. Rebecca Hall's incredible. She's so good in that movie. The imagery is amazing in that movie too. Oh my God, some of the shots are awesome. Nice scares, nice visuals, really good stuff in that one. Lighting Ghost is throwing $5 in there too. Is also a KillJoy cult member. What's up, Lighting Ghost? Thanks for the $5. Saying, glad you're back, Jake. I'm pretty sure I saw you at Halloween Horror Nights, but my anxiety would not let me say hi. But hope you enjoy it. I did. Nice. I don't bite, Lighting Ghost. I promise. I know I got these big, nasty teeth, but I promise I won't bite into any human flesh for now. At least in public. So I'm always down to say hello. Always down. Always down. Hopefully next time. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. I had an absolute blast. The Halloween house was the coolest haunted house I've ever been in my entire life. Fucking awesome. Oh my God. Very cool stuff. Lightning Ghost, thanks for the $5. I really appreciate it. I'll play you a little clip too. I'll play one for you, and I'll play one for Omni. Omni, this one's for you.
Holy shit, it's Ghostface!
Oh my God, it's Ghostface! Holy crap! And this one, my friend, is for you, Lighting Ghost.
I'll send you a copy.
I don't want to punch you in the face, but we were talking about biting into human flesh, so I'm like, violence is the answer here, I think. You know, actually, let's go a little gross since I was talking into biting.
Never alone.
Liver in the mailbox. There you go. So there you go. All for you guys. There you go. There you go. Good stuff. What else do we got? What else are we feeling? What else are we thinking about? Melissa is saying, what's your favorite movie of anything? My all-time favorite movie is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I just love that movie so much. It was one of my favorites as a kid. Had a blast with it. I still just really like it, I guess. So that's probably my favorite just movie in general. But horror movies, God, that would be so tough to narrow that one down. Be really tough, really tough to pin that down to just one, you know. Oh, and Gina's throwing $10 in there. Gina, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Well, welcome, Gina. I don't know if I've seen you in the chats before. So welcome to the Jake channel, where a guy in a white The Munchies shirt spews some crap about horror movies. So welcome. We all have fun here, I hope. so welcome. Thanks for the $10, Gina. I appreciate that. Thank you. Try a rat burger, Jake. That's my favorite snack. So I'll have to eat another one of those at some point, Jordy. You guys know how much I love biting the heads off of rats. So. What else do we got here? The Halloween house was amazing. So many Michaels. I know. Oh my God. And the attention to detail was phenomenal. So good. I'm so glad I finally got to do Halloween Horror Nights. I've seen other people go and do it for the longest times, and it was just so exciting to finally do it myself. Every house was good. Like every single one was like, oh, this is amazing. But the Halloween one was the one that really stuck out for me. The attention, like I said, the attention to detail, how they recreated the first movie, so well done. Really good stuff. Gina saying, I watch your videos, don't always catch your lives. Love your content. Thank you so much, Gina. I really appreciate that. Well, welcome to the live. Welcome. We're going to talk about biting the heads off of rats, how much we all like to do that. It's a staple on this channel now at this point. But mostly horror movies. Mostly horror movies. Not so... we get into the gross talk every now and then, but yes, mostly horror movies. Sphinx is saying, I'm not hating that we're getting the Friday the 13th TV show, but it shocks me that we're getting something from Friday before getting anything from Nightmare on Elm Street. I can't argue with that, honestly, Sphinx. Yeah, I mean, holy shit. I can't believe we're not getting a new Nightmare on Elm Street with all of this going on. You know, it's crazy. I would love a new Nightmare on Elm Street, like, movie, show, whatever, just anything. I would love for that. That would be awesome. I do agree with you, Sphinx. We should get something soon. You know, it's actually kind of surprising to me that we haven't gotten something sooner. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like the remake, but the remake made a lot of money. Like a stupid amount of money. Like over, I think it was like $130 million or something back in like 2010. So that's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good for a horror remake, man. So I don't know. I've always been kind of shocked that we didn't get another one of those sooner. I think, honestly, the biggest thing is, like, Robert Englund maybe not wanting to come back or trying to find someone to replace him. That's a tough cast. You know, that's a tough trying to figure out who to cast in that role. The biggest complaint that I hear, at least, from the Nightmare remake is that Jackie Earle Haley's performance is a little weird, even though I love that actor and he's really incredible. I feel bad that they kind of just gave him... They just gave him like lines from the other film to say in his own creepy way. I wish he would have taken his own approach to the character instead of just just trying to rip lines from the past and be like, hey, remember when we said that back in like Nightmare 4? Wasn't that cool? How's this for a wet dream? He says that in a different context in the remake. I don't know. I think that's the biggest discourse about the film. Because there is some cool stuff in that remake. I think it could have been good, but it goes downhill for me for a lot of reasons. But it is, oddly, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake is nostalgic for me because I saw it at a young age. So I oddly think of it kind of positively. I think that's just the nostalgia speaking. I've watched it since as an adult, and it's like, yeah, it's not great, but The opening scene's awesome, though. Like, there's good elements to it, but not everything about it's great. Unfortunately. Hannah is asking if I watched Coraline. I love Coraline. Oh, fucking amazing movie. It looks like a kid's movie, but it's really creepy than that. I totally agree, Hannah. Awesome concept for a movie just in general. That's based off of a Neil Gaiman short story, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Or if maybe he did that, I can't remember specifically, but I know Neil Gaiman was involved somehow, but I love Coraline. That's one of my favorite kids movies for sure. Great choice, Hannah. Great stuff. I'll have to talk about that at some point. I got to talk about Wendell and Wild, speaking of animated horror stuff. I really got to talk about that. I got to watch that. I haven't even seen it yet. Haven't had the time. Jake's been busy. Corey is saying, hey, Jake and everyone else. Hello, Corey. Hello. Sending you all lots of good vibes from Winnipeg. It's officially snowing up here. Oh, Corey, I'm so sorry. Maybe you like snow, though. So hopefully you do. Your boy's not the biggest fan of it. I live in Ohio and I don't like snow. So basically, I'm in hell. But Corey, welcome to the stream. Welcome. So glad you made it. Jen is speaking the truth here. 46 people in the chat and 26 likes. Geez. I'm going to do that cringy YouTuber thing and ask you guys to like the stream. Okay, it's over. We ripped the Band-Aid off. We're moving back into the stream. There you go. Like the stream. or Jen will bite off your fingers. Dark Moon Films is here. What's up? Coraline is just Disney saying, hey bitches, even we can make horror movies. I like that. I like that. I like that. That's just funny. Jamie would absolutely bite the heads off of rats. Maybe he does. I don't fucking know. How would I know? I wouldn't know anything about this guy. I mean, do you think this guy bites the heads off of rats? I don't know. He looks pretty nice to me. I don't know. Well, you'll just have to find out in December. Locked. I see a lot of wonderful people joining the stream, by the way. Hello. Big hello, big hug, a big greasy, sweaty hug from this disgusting dude to you. Jason Dyer is here as well. What's up, Jason? How's it going? Oh, and you're a KillJoy cult member. Jason, thank you for being part of the cult. Thank you for drinking the Kool-Aid. Saying after 13 years of no Friday the 13th, we should all be excited about the series, which will lead to a new movie. Fingers crossed, Jason. I will take 10 plus hours of Friday the 13th in a series rather than a 1.5 for a movie and wait for the next. Jason, I agree, but honestly, big thing to focus on there. We're getting new Friday, guys. I mean, that is insane. 3 years ago, if you would have told me that in 2022, we were getting big news about Friday the 13th, I wouldn't have believed you. I can't believe we got that. I genuinely can't believe we got that announcement this past Halloween. I wish I could have made a video then. That makes me really sad that I couldn't. But yeah, no, I absolutely it's just so exciting to be getting anything. I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped for it. And they've also teased that they can use everything. That's the big thing. I don't think they would have said that if Jason's just not going to be in it at all. I don't think it's going to be a Halloween Ends situation. I genuinely don't. I really think he's going to be in it, but maybe Pamela's going to be the focus of it. And I'm okay with that for the first season. I get it. That's how the franchise started. That would be a cool callback. Build up Jason in the background. Second season, he's now the focus. That a lot of shows do stuff like that. So I'm down for that. I'm down for that, honestly. So hopefully, I'm hoping it's good. I'm just glad we're getting some new Friday the 13th stuff. That's exciting. John Smith is saying thoughts on Halloween Ends breaking over $100 million at the box office. See, that's just not as shocking to me. I kind of knew Halloween Ends was going to make at least 100 million. I see a lot of people praise, going nuts, super excited, but the last two movies easily crossed 100 million, with Terrifier 2, that's a movie that was $250,000 budgets, had no money in marketing or advertising or anything. That movie made $10 million. That is 40 times its original budget. That's completely fucking bonkers. Halloween Ends is a studio movie, and I am happy for it making $100 million, but it's nothing shocking to me, I guess. Smile making $200 million, though, being an original horror film that no one had heard about until the past 3 months or so. That's shocking that made fucking $200 million at the box office. That's fucking crazy. So I don't know. I guess I'm just studio horror is, of course, anything with the name Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, all of that's going to make $100 million at the box office, I feel. So I'm glad, I'm happy for it. That's awesome. Good for them. But Yeah, of course it was going to make 100 million, you know? That's kind of my thing. That's why you see a lot of videos on this page about Terrifier 2 breaking 10 million and not Halloween Ends made 100 million dollars. Let's get into it. You know, like I just wouldn't make a video on that. It's cool. Like, hell yeah, good for that movie, but I don't know. Ozone Hypes is saying, hey, Jake, I really hope we get a scene where someone gets a chase scene in the middle of New York for Scream 6. That would be awesome. Me too. I really hope so, Ozone Hypes. I dig the little ghost face in the portal in your profile picture there. Awesome stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. I totally agree. I think that they got to do something like this. I feel like Melissa Barrera already kind of teased something like this, talking about how if you're in the middle of New York City and you're getting chased by Ghostface, no one's going to give a fuck. Like, it's the bystander effect. We've talked about this before a little bit. Yeah, they got to do that. I think that would be such a cool thing to play around with, where it's like, oh, wow. No, like, holy shit, of course, like, that's crazy. It would be kind of a fun thing to debate and talk about afterwards, too, I think. That would be a lot of fun. Be a lot of fun to talk about. And it would just be a cool scene, something really different for the franchise. A little more to chew on there than your typical chase scene. So, yeah, no, I totally agree, Ozone. That would be sick. Jesse's Girl 81. Jesse's Girl. That's all I can sing without getting demonetized. You guys don't want to hear that shit anyways. Saying, I love Terrifier 2. Me too, Jesse's Girl. Whatever your name is. We know you are, in fact, Jesse's Girl, but whatever your name is, I'm not 100% sure. But I'm glad you liked Terrifier 2. I really overcomplicated that, like, way more than I needed to. But welcome. What else do we got here? Shirame Crumble. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I just butcher names. I'm so sorry. Saying, hey, KillJoy and the fans in the chat, what's good? What's up, man? Or person that I can't specify gender because I don't know who I'm talking to. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Sphinx is saying, I can't wait for the Friday the 13th series, especially with who's behind it. Fingers crossed we get good characters and a really interesting story. Yes, 100% Sphinx. We the other thing is, like, we're all speculating what this could be about. We're not 100% sure that's going to focus just on Pamela. It could still be a show that focuses on Jason. You know what I mean? We don't know yet. We're not 100% sure. No plot details are out yet, so we just got to wait and see. I do kind of share a little. We were talking about this on the collective a bit, and Fate Decided was talking like they're describing it as a drama, which has me kind of worried. And I'll admit that's the one thing that I'm scared about. Like, I feel like a lot of people's concept today for trying to get their original ideas out is just to slap the name on something and just do whatever the hell they want with characters, and just like, oh, this is actually Pamela Voorhees, but we're gonna take her character in a brand new direction. You know, like, I just make something original. You know what I mean? Like with specifically Red Right Hand, like, it's all stuff, like, it's different, you know what I mean? But it's all stuff that when you're watching Scream, it's stuff you're thinking about. You know what I mean? Like, specifically, that movie got birthed from, like, watching the original Scream and being like, what was this whole movie like from Billy and Stu's perspective? Like, what was that like? Like, what was that like? I would love to see that. Like, I'm down for different stuff, but if you're just going to do your own original thing within an already standing franchise, I feel like that just is going to always come across as disappointing to fans. So that's what I'm really hoping that this series is not. As long as it still has the DNA of what Friday the 13th is, then I'm like, hell yes. All the power to you. And you can take it in different directions. You know, I'm not against that. I'm the guy who's been preaching for fucking years that Scream needs to do something a little different, fuck up its formula a little bit. Why not? So that's, I don't know, it's just my thought. Just my thought on the matter. Just my dumb opinion on it. Michael is saying, I'd really love a new movie because I'd love to see Jason on the big screen again, IMAX and 4DX. Ooh, I agree, Michael. There's been a little rumor here and there, little rumblings about maybe a movie's in the works. They're testing the waters with this series, and then maybe that's going to lead into a big movie. That would be awesome. I hope so. Peacock's got a lot of faith in this series. I'll tell you what, they have 5 times the budget of whatever Hannibal's budget was, and I haven't seen too much of that show. I think I talked about this in the video, in my Crystal Lake video, which I posted a couple days ago. I have seen a few episodes. I have seen like the first 3 episodes, and it looks like it's got had a decent budget. So if Crystal Lake is going to have 5 times that budget, I doubt that they would just go the route of like doing a drama about Pamela Voorhees after losing her son. Like, you wouldn't need that much money to do a show like that. So if they have a lot of money invested in this, it's going to have big kills. It's going to have probably a crazy Jason design or something, maybe something different. Like I was talking about on the past stream, like a teenage Jason would be kind of cool to see. Maybe how like growing into a man or something. It could be a period piece. I think that could be fun. So fingers crossed. I don't like, that's my other thing. They wouldn't need that much money just to do a drama, you know, like it's got to have a shit ton of kills and Jason and all that. And I'm okay with him not having the hockey mask because that hasn't happened yet. But if they also want to fuck with the lore and he just gets the hockey mask at some point, I'm fine with that too. Like, there is not too much that is super nailed down in the whole lore of Friday the 13th. So if they want to fuck with that, they have so much room to fuck with that. So it would almost be kind of a shame if they just reduced it down to a drama about one singular character from the entire series when there's so much they can play around with already established stories that kind of connect sometimes. So I don't know. We'll have to see what they do. I'm very excited for it. I'm super intrigued. Can't wait. It's going to be a big focus of this channel. So I think every pothead is obsessed with Jake's shirt. That's why I wear it. That's why I wear it, baby. Let's go. Jason's making a really good point here, saying Bates Motel was labeled a drama, and it was awesome. Totally agree. What I've, once again, haven't finished it, but what I have seen of it, I love. They can say it's a drama, but we all know it's going to be horror. A24 is not doing drama. Yes, it will have drama in it, but horror to the bone. It's gotta be, you know, like A24 they know what they're doing. You know, they have done dramas, which was another point I've heard. Like, I can't remember the name. Is it Moonlight was like the big drama that won a bunch of like Oscars or whatever. I think that was the name of it. So like they have done drama, but like everyone knows A24 horror. You know what I mean? It's almost like its own subgenre to a degree. So like, I feel like they wouldn't have taken on this project if they were like, oh, we want to turn Friday the 13th into a drama. I really don't think that. Really don't think that would be the case if, I don't think they would be involved if that was going to be the case. So I'm excited to see what they do. I think it will be like, it will have drama in it, you know, like much more than the movies do, which I'm actually excited for. Like, I'm actually excited to see what if Friday the 13th had really good character development, which that's pretty much my one big gripe with those movies. They were always focused on the kills, and that's what I love about it. It's the core of those movies. Obviously, this is more a focus in the sequels, not so much the first one, is Jason killing people. Like, that is what the focus of those movies have always been. But I love that, and I think they killed it in a lot of those movies with some of the kills and the setup. It's a lot of fun. It's super iconic for the way they do it, with Harry Manfredini's score, too, being a great accompaniment. But now I want to see them take that, do that well, again, and now add some really good characters. So like, make me kind of really feel bad when some certain characters die, or make me be rooting for Jason when this asshole character dies. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different routes that they can go. There's only a few Friday films I feel like that really touch on that, where some of the other ones are mostly just about like, you know, silly, goofy kills or really visceral kills. Just you're rooting for Jason essentially, more or less, in those movies. So John Smith is saying Haunted Hippie released a great video earlier comparing Halloween H2O and Halloween Ends. She's awesome, by the way. She said, I saw someone sent me a clip from one of her live streams where she was saying that she really liked my channel, and I thought that was really cool. So I really like her channel. She's fucking awesome. Her review on Halloween Ends is so in-depth and so good. I absolutely loved it. So if you guys have not seen that yet, I highly recommend it. I believe she just hit 14,000 subscribers too, so congrats. Congrats to the Haunted Hippie. Is that what they call her? The Haunted Hippie? Is there, like, did she get that? No, I'm kidding. I'm being a dumbass. do a nightmare TV show and call it Never Sleep Again or something. Never hike alone, never sleep again. That sounds like the fan film. I love it. No, I love it. That's awesome. I'd be interested in the nightmare TV show. That could be kind of cool. There's a lot going on. There's enough going on there for a TV show, I think. I can see that. Tori's here. What's up, Tori? How's it going? Saying, I need to see a Central Park chase scene in Scream 6. Oh, that would be so cool. That would be so awesome. I don't know if you guys have ever been to, like, I've driven through New York City. I've never really, like, stayed the night or got to explore or anything, but, like, the few things I have seen of Central Park, I feel like it's kind of terrifying at night. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't strolled through there at night, but I feel like it would be kind of scary. seeing all these buildings like encasing you in this forest. Like something about that is kind of scary to me. So that would be cool. A nighttime chase scene through there. That'd be sick. Do you think they could nail a modern fun Jason movie like Jason Lives? That's like, I'll be honest, like if I was in charge of a Friday the 13th project, that's what I would do to get the ball rolling. You know what I mean? I feel like they're diving into something that's a little more ambitious. It's like whatever Crystal Lake is, I feel like it is definitely going to turn people off, whatever it is. It's definitely going to be different. That could mean good things though. That could mean good things, but they are taking it in a wildly different direction. So for me, if I was in charge of this, and maybe they can't do a movie yet or something, but I would love to see them just do like a back to basics, simple Friday the 13th movie. And then from that spawn some crazier shit. It's like, oh, you liked that. Well, now we're going to take it down some weirder paths. But if they end up doing it the reverse of that still, I'm cool with that too. So I just would love another movie, just another movie where it's fun, simplicity. And I think there's also this, there's this stigma right now that maybe that wouldn't work. Like today's audience needs some kind of like social commentary. They need need more things to it than just like someone killing people on screen for 90 minutes. Well, I would argue that there are movies today that have kind of disproved that. Like there are a lot of successful horror movies from this past year, love them or hate them, like Terrifier 2, like X even, that are very slasher focused. They have some other things going on, obviously. There's some really good stories written into both of those movies and some great characters, especially in X. But at the core, what those movies are slashers, and that's what they do out front. You know what I mean? Like they are advertised as slashers. They are slashers. They're not advertising one thing and actually being something else. We won't get into that conversation here, but I feel like that could totally work nowadays. Like we've gotten 5 really good years of these like the elevated horror, which I hate that fucking term, but that's unfortunately what they're called. And I do really like those movies. They're good, but I also fucking love movies like Evil Dead 2, where it is just goofy, wall-to-wall nonsense that is a whole lot of fun to fucking watch. Like Evil Dead 2 is one of my all-time favorite horror movies. All 4 of the Evil Dead movies I think are great. But I also love movies like that too, and I think that we've gotten so many of those movies I was talking about, like from A24 especially, where it's like, it's much more like focused on like serious real world stuff that affects people. And I think now audiences are ready for like go a little, step back to that a little bit. Let's see just a goofy schlocky horror film again. Why not? Let's dive back into that pool for a little bit. Let's see what happens with that. What would a modern Evil Dead 2 look like? You know what I mean? How is that different? I would love to see what they could do with something like following those lines. And it seems like we're already starting to dive into that a little bit. Like with Terrifier 2, this Deadstream, which honest to God, I think is one of my favorite horror films of the year. I had such a fucking blast with that. And that's also found footage too. It's such a nice mix of a bunch of different things put together. If you guys have not watched Deadstream yet, I highly, highly recommend it. So the Winters have Vanessa and Joseph Winter. They both of the things that they put out this year have made my top 10 list. So I am super big on them right now. Huge fan of their work. I'm eagerly awaiting their next project. Cannot wait to see what Vanessa and Joseph come up with next. Austin is saying, will the Strangers Trilogy follow the same characters the whole time, or will we get new characters each movie? Austin, great question. So I'm not 100% sure. I know they just wrapped this up. They wrapped up filming, I mean, specifically. Ooh, I need some water. Oh, boy. Okay, there we go. Hydration. Hydration break. Oh, let's go. Hydration break. But yeah, so the Strangers Trilogy, it will most likely follow the same characters, would be my guess. They're probably going to do like a Halloween 2018 Kills Ends formula where it's like it's one long story through 3 movies. I'm going to be honest though, with the Strangers, I would rather them just do like 3 separate stories that focuses on just the Strangers as killers, because like that's kind of the big thing about the first and the second movie so far. The 2 things we have, it really just focuses on the killers more or less in different situations. So if they make 3 movies, I'm totally fine with them just doing 3 movies completely separate from each other. Maybe they have some things that correlate between the movies, but the Strangers have always thrived on being its own like weird thing that's really, really mysterious. It's one of the most mysterious, like unanswered questions kind of horror franchises out there. Obviously inspired by the original Halloween. So I wonder, like I guess I wonder if they take that route or if they make it this big like epic trilogy. I kind of hope they don't go that route. I feel like every horror franchise is trying to do something like that right now, and not every story needs to be told across 3 movies, I would argue. So I would love for them just to do isolated stories in each movie and just like maybe have a connection. But if they don't, I'm also like, not a big deal. That's what I love so much about the first Strangers movie and the second one. It's its own story and it's still great about the same killers. So we'll just have to see what they do. We'll just have to see. What's up, B Slayer? Howdy, hey. I love that album. Great album. I did a double take. I'm like, is that it? Is that it? Nope, it is. It's the Blink-182 album, I think. I'm actually still like not 100% sure. I got to put that back on screen. I think so. Yeah, pretty sure. 90% sure. Kevin's here. What's up, Kevin? How's it going? Saying, do you think Terrifier 3, I'm assuming, is happening? Yes. Like, oh my God, without a doubt in my mind. If they don't make a Terrifier 3, that would be the biggest like missed opportunity in horror. I think. Like, I know I've heard Damien say a few interesting things about it. He's saying like the big thing. I think the big thing that he's saying is that like he doesn't know what he can do to top Terrifier 2, and I get it. Like, man, Terrifier 2 was insane. So totally insane. I'm excited to see what they do with it though, and I don't know. I'm just pumped. I don't want everything answered. You know, I don't want like an entire movie that just answers all of the questions from Terrifier 2. Just give me a little more pieces of the puzzle. I'm fine with that. Fine with some more pieces of the puzzle. That'd be cool. But don't give me the whole. Don't paint that whole picture for me. I like living in this mystery. It's fun. It's a lot of fun things to talk about. I hope they don't answer too many questions about the killers and the strangers. What makes it so scary is we don't know these people, who these people are and why they are killing the victims. Austin is just hitting the nail right on the head. The best horror movies leave a lot of things unexplained, which is great. Because that's just, it's more, the unknown is what is scary. Like that is, everything scary comes down to something being unknown, essentially. And I think when you just have an entire thing that just answers questions, it's like, man, that is, I don't know. It's just like, man, you're just answering all these questions. It's not scary anymore. You're taking you're taking the horror out of my horror movie. That's not fun anymore. So there's unfortunately a lot of movies and, a lot of movies and shows that just like they exist just to serve that purpose, just to answer fan questions. And it's like, okay, like, yeah, we've always wanted these questions answered, but now that you've answered them, there's nothing else to dig into. So I would say never. Damn, Extron. It's not a competition, you know. Cody Leach is also great. Cody Leach is awesome. Damn, bro. Gotta do me like that. I'm YB is saying, hey, Jake, just wanted to chime in on the live. I'm finishing work and work on top of work. Holy crap, that's a lot of work. I'm YB. Damn. And still learning new things every day about horror movies. Thanks for keeping it running. Appreciate it. Of course. Thank you for watching. We couldn't have done it. I can't be doing it without you. So I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just some sweaty dude on the internet. So like, listen to me with a grain of salt, I would say. Christian Veralta is here. What's up, Christian? How's it going, man? Christian worked on the movie and also plays a character named Christian, hilariously enough, in Red Right Hand. Welcome, Christian. Saying, do you think a new Friday the 13th thing has more potential as a show or a movie? I worry for anything Friday the 13th that is Pamela-centric, especially if it's drawn-out TV show. So, Christian, when I heard the announcements, we haven't talked about this yet. This is funny. I was actually going to shoot you a text about what you thought about that. My like initial thoughts was I was definitely like, I was so excited at first. I was just like, listen, we're getting new Friday, whatever the fuck it is. I'm so excited. But as I got to thinking about it a little more, I was like, yeah, you know, this might be this might be something to worry about. You know what I mean? Okay. If you're just gonna be a shithead in the comments, you're getting blocked immediately. Sorry, but talking to somebody else, not you, Christian. But yeah, so I was a little worried at first, but then when Brian Fuller came out and said like, we have access to everything, like we can go to space, we can go to hell, and he's gonna lobby hard to go to space in the 10th season. I think that's hilarious. I think that eases my worries a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what, okay, I'm a little more relaxed. I'm like, okay, that'll be good. I think this is going to be interesting. I think the first season though is going to be Pamela centric. I will say that. And I think it's going to build up Jason in the background, and we're going to kind of talk about what is Jason this time around. There's so much shit that they can play around with. They can make him supernatural. They can make him not supernatural and just like this beast of a man or something. There's so many different routes that they can take Jason. Nothing is super clear in this franchise. They've always kind of taken it one way or the other. Nothing super consistent between movies, not always. So if however they want to spin it, I'm totally okay with it. This, unlike the Halloween franchise, I feel like the Friday the 13th franchise doesn't have anything that's really concrete. The only thing that this show needs to do is show me Jason killing people. As long as it does that, it'll be successful in my mind. And, you know, it's got to be well written. You got to have some good characters. But like, to me, as long as they have that DNA, like the DNA of this franchise and what it became, obviously not in the first movie. I think everyone who has at least seen Scream knows that Jason's not the killer in the first one. But what this franchise has become is Jason killing teenagers, essentially. Like that's what this franchise is. As long as they get that, I feel like they're going to have it down. As long as they understand that, like, yeah, fans want to see that. There you go. You'll be good. You can also tell stories centered around that, or not even centered around that. There's a lot that they can do with Friday the 13th, and I just hope they take advantage of that and they don't just turn it into a straight up drama. That's my big thing about it. They just turn it into a straight up drama. I don't know, man, but I'm just, once again, just to repeat myself here, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I'm just excited to be getting new Friday the 13th. I did not think we were gonna get anything this year, and I can't remember, Roy Lee is the producer. When he came out and was like, yeah, we're getting some Friday the 13th news by year's end, I was shocked. I genuinely thought I was calling his bluff. You know, I was like, we're not going to get anything. Come on, that's crazy. And we got something. What do you know? New Peacock show. I'm excited to see it. A24 is doing it. There's a lot of good things. So, Michael Parton's throwing $5 in there. Michael, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Saying The Crooked Man got canceled, but The Conjuring 4 is happening. Also, do you think Salem's Lot will get released or end up like Batgirl? That's unfortunately very, very funny. I know a lot of people are upset about Batgirl. So, The Crooked Man, The Crooked Man getting canceled. Saw a lot of fans upset with that. I've just never been I was never big on that character. Yeah, I don't know. It was just never something that really blew my mind. I totally understand why The Nun got her own movie and is now getting like a sequel movie. But like, I don't know. I was just never big on that specific character. There's a lot of Conjuring entities that really don't do it for me all that much. So I kind of get why it was canceled. I still would have been down to see it. Like if they would have made it, I would have been there opening night. I still would have been like, I'll check this out, man. I'll give anything The Conjuring a chance, but half of it's not great in my opinion. But I'm excited for Conjuring 4. I'm excited for The Nun 2. I'll check them out. I don't have like the highest hopes or anything, but I'm gonna watch them and I think I'm gonna enjoy them. I actually really like Annabelle Comes Home. I can't tell you why. I think it's just a fun movie. It's not a good movie, but it's very fun. The characters are very well written. The jump scares don't really work for me in Annabelle Comes Home. I don't think it's a very scary movie, but like the characters are so well written and so fun to hang out with. That's why I'm like, okay, this is a really fun time. These are good characters. That's there. Like if you've got some really good characters, if there's one facet of your movie that's super impressive, I'll probably enjoy it. Like I'm an easy guy to please. So whatever they end up doing with Conjuring 4 and The Nun 2, I'm excited for it. To answer your second half of your question there, Salem's Lot, will it get released or end up like Batgirl? I fucking hope so. Didn't we just get some Salem's Lot news? I feel like we just got something about that. So it seems, whatever, if we're getting news, I guess is my point, that means shit's ramping up. If people are talking about it, people are working on it, is how I see it. So hopefully that comes out sometime next year. That would be fucking awesome. I would love a new take on Salem's Lot. I'm excited to see what they do with it. Michael, thank you for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being a KillJoy cult member too, baby. Yeah. Dreaming Insomniacs is throwing $2 in there saying, definitely don't buy a Twisted Tea with this money. I can't drink, Joe. I can't drink, man. I used to like casually drink every now and then. But yeah, no, I can't drink anymore. It's crazy. But thank you for the $2, Joe. I appreciate it. I'll buy something twisted with it just for you. Something with twisted in the name. This first season has a lot to prove. I'm expecting a super slow drama with a lot of sad people and an angry mom and a hockey masked kid Jason in the final shot of the finale. Calling it now. I hope it's more than that. Like, see, I'm okay with Jason taking a back seat in the first season as long as they're clearly building him up to be adult Jason in the next season. Why I'm okay with that opposed to what Halloween Ends did is because, like, that's just it's a big reference to the original movie and how that spawned the sequel. You know what I mean? So, like, that I'm okay with. That works for me. That would make sense because it's like just like how Brian Fuller said about season 10 specifically, why that number Jason X goes to space. He said, I'm lobbying hard for to go to space in season 10, essentially. Totally paraphrasing him there, but that's essentially what the gist of what he was saying. I really think each season is going to kind of take something from the movie. Like, it's the inspiration is going to be from that specific movie. So season 1, feel like is going to be inspired by the first movie. Focus on Pamela Voorhees a little bit. It's not really a twist anymore that she's the killer, so let's focus on her. Let's see what happens with that. Build up Jason in the background, just like the ending of that show. So they will probably do something like that, but I hope they build Jason. Like, I hope he doesn't just, like, show up in a dream at the end, like the movie. Like, do it differently. Don't just show me the movie in TV form. If you're inspired, that's fine. Inspiration is fantastic, but just don't show me the same old also. So, but yeah, Christian, I mean, that is definitely something I'm worried about for sure. Like, I'm not saying that's not going to happen because that absolutely could happen, but we'll have to see. Christian, a fellow Annabelle Comes Home enjoyer. There's not too many people out there who actually like that one, so I'm glad you like it. That's really funny. Yeah, it's fun. You know, it's not good, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So, Christian, I'm glad you like it. That's really funny. Oh my god. Dreaming Insomniacs is throwing another $2 in there. Stoked for Red Right Hand. Thank you so much. I'm very excited for you guys to see it. We made it for $5,000. I'm not gonna say it's a masterpiece or anything like that. It was a bunch of friends who came together, had a really good time, all had a passion for this awesome Scream franchise. So I'm just really excited for you guys all to see it. I don't know. It was a lot of fun making it. Can't wait for you guys to see it. So thank you so much, Joe. Appreciate that. And he's also throwing another $2 in there. Joe, thank you again. Holy crap. This is the weirdest way I could give $6. But you know what? I appreciate it though. Regardless, I just thank you. Joe, thank you so much for the $6 in total. I appreciate that across the board. You know, I think I'm going to start doing the beanies thing again. I got some new hats, so I'm like, I should show that off. So Hollywood Guy will kick that off with you. For every $5, I'll put on another beanie. I'll turn into the beanie xenomorph. It'll be great. Hollywood Guy, I'm going to answer this question because this is very interesting. We were talking about this on the collective a little bit, but all right, first beanie going on, baby. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. All right, I got the stack of fucking beanies. We're gonna do it. We're going for it. And this is a really interesting question. Hollywood Guy. I'm assuming that you watched both of these movies around the same time. Is my guess. But it's interesting. So I actually do really like both of these movies. Specifically talking about like It Follows. Like I recently not recently, like maybe a year ago, I talked about like my top 10 favorite horror movies, just 10 movies in no order that I just love. Like these would be the 10 movies that I think are my absolute favorites. It Follows is one of those. I just love everything about that movie. The characters, the score, how the scenes are set up with the scares. I love it. It's a really genius, fun, crazy movie. It takes a lot of really ambitious choices. I fucking love It Follows. I do like The Gallows. It was fine. My thing about The Gallows that I didn't love was I didn't love a lot of the characters, but I will say the one big thing that's really impresses me, the reason I bought the movie was there's this one shot of this girl crying and you can see the guy like walking up slowly behind her. Excellent tension building. Very excellent tension building. I love that about The Gallows. That one scene was so impressive to me. I had to buy the movie because after watching it, I was like, wow, listen, the movie was okay, but that scene was really well done. Speaking of top 10s, that's probably one of my top 10 favorite found footage moments is from that movie. Honest to God. Maybe that's crazy. Maybe that's totally crazy, but I really enjoy that. Good stuff. Killian J. Jacobs. Killian J. Jacobs is here, my esteemed lawyer. Welcome to the chat. And Killian must be off the clock because you're already partying. Holy crap, Killian. I didn't realize you were a toker of the devil's lettuce. Wow. Well, enjoy, Killian. I hope you get back to work, and I hope everything goes good with all your cases. I know you're working very hard day and night, so to defend Stu Macher and that he's coming back. You're very passionate about that, I know, so. That's so funny. I did that on a stream once, and it's so funny that I have like an entire dude just just pretending to be that character. So funny. Love it. Love it. Must have missed the beanie thing. Yeah, Beast Slayer, I did this once. I did this on another stream once. Just like I would put a beanie on for every like $5 super chat, and like it just got so ridiculous and silly. The last stream I did before I went on break was I had like 100 hats on. It was a really fun time. really funny crazy stuff. So, and Beast Slayer's got to run. Well, hey, thank you so much for stopping by. I saw an earlier comment, I just didn't get to it, that this is a cosplay you're doing. The cosplay is so good in that picture. I thought it was the album cover. I'm like, holy shit! So amazing work. If I read that correctly, fantastic job though. Good shit. Because I can't remember what the album cover looks like off the top of my head. Lisa S is throwing $2 in there. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate that. Saying me and my son are going to see Smile now, so bye. Oh, enjoy Smile. Ooh. Have a good time, Lisa. That's so sweet. You're taking your son to see a horror movie. That's wonderful. That's awesome. Lisa, enjoy. I hope you have a great time. Thank you for the $2. Thank you. Killian J. Jacobs is Jake's alter ego. He's the other side of you that comes out every now and then when you want to be a lawyer. How did you know? Yeah, that my third hand that grows out of my belly button is actually the one typing all of that stuff into the chat. No, I'm totally kidding. Thank you for taking care of all my legal stuff, Killian J. Jacobs. I appreciate that. Funny stuff. Leonardo DiCaprio throwing $5 in there. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Saying hello again, Jake. Really looking forward to the new horror movie, Black Panther. Why can't I fucking talk? Black Panther: Wakanda Forever this Friday. I'm excited for that too. I hope I can find some time to go watch that. I really liked the first one. I'm not big on the MCU, but there's a few movies that have really impressed me. This was one of them. So I'm excited to see the sequel. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I really hope it's good. I'm really rooting for it. So exciting stuff. Leonardo DiCaprio, you just earned yourself another beanie. So you get the Scream beanie today, baby. Oh yeah. Beanie number 2. Xenomorph is almost fully activated at this point. This is going to get interesting. So thank you so much, Leonardo DiCaprio. I just want to point this out again. I know I've said this a million times, probably now, if you've been in these streams for a while, but Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, what a screen name. Like just 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Great stuff. Zoe Crawford is here too. What's up, Zoe? How's it going, man? What's scarier, the turkey baster from Don't Breathe or the baby bottle? That's so funny. Well, I mean, one of those is filled with semen and one of those is filled with human milk. So, I mean, I don't know. I like, both of those are pretty bad, man. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. Both of those are pretty bad. So I'm gonna have to go turkey baster though. I think the turkey baster would personally be worse. Pretty. But man, the baby bottle scene. Oh god, that's so messed up. And I'm sorry if I'm spoiling Barbarian for all you wonderful people out there, but it has been on HBO Max for a little while. So go watch it if you haven't seen it. I haven't even. What's funny is even talking about that, I haven't even spoiled not even a quarter of the crazy shit in that movie. So go watch it. It's a fucking awesome time. Awesome horror movie. One of my favorites from the year. Blythun is saying, hey Jake, have you watched the Mortuary Collection on Shudder featuring Clancy Brown? I have not yet. I'm actually currently going through Guillermo del Toro's whatever his why can't I remember the name of it? I mean like 3 hours ago I just watched some of it and I can't remember. That is awesome though. I really enjoyed that. I'll have to check this out though. I have not seen this. I go on Shudder all the time too. I'm kind of shocked that I've never seen this. And Mr. Krabs, Clancy Brown, is in it. Oh, shit. Crazy stuff, man. I'll have to check this out. I'm always down for like anything. Dude, Shudder puts out consistently really good shit all the time. So very excited to see that. I'll have to check it out soon. Someone should pretend to be Fate and troll him hard. He would probably really enjoy that. So he would probably really enjoy that, Killian. What's up, KillJoy Jake fan? Yo. Welcome. Tid Morgan is here. What's up, Jake? I was wondering what's your favorite and least favorite thing about Scream 3? Scream 3 is got to be one of the craziest movies. Like, I started off really strongly disliking that movie, like the first time I watched it, and no movie has grown on me more than Scream 3. Wow. Like, I really enjoy that movie now. Like, for a while, it was the only Scream film, like, I just didn't love. I didn't watch that much. And now it's one that is in my frequent rotation. Like, of comfort movies, Scream 3 is up there now. Like, it's crazy. Everything has shifted in the past year. Like, I used to, like, I'm trying to think of the movies I used to rotate. Like, Insidious was one I would watch a lot. Well, Evil Dead 2013 is kind of a new one. But, like, Scream 3, Evil Dead, the Evil Dead remake, Phantasm is one I watch a lot too. Those are like those three movies in particular I've watched a lot this year. So I really enjoyed I really enjoy Scream 3. My favorite thing about it is probably like Sidney Prescott's arc. I mean, she's incredible. I think she's incredible in that movie. I really like Roman too. Roman's really grown on me as a killer. My least favorite thing about it is it's just not as it's a little too Scooby-Doo at times. I can get into it in some scenes, but sometimes it's a bit much. Like, I think the whole sequence at the house, the house exploding and all that is just, that's a low point in that movie for me personally. I think it's just a little too ridiculous for how grounded in reality that movie is. That was a weird thing to change, I think, about Scream 3. Why it doesn't work for me personally is because, like, that was a big reason why the original Scream blew up, was because it was so grounded in reality and had characters you could relate to, because they were also watching all the horror movies you were watching. And they kind of stripped that away from Scream 3 a little bit. And that's kind of my biggest issue with it. It was my biggest turnoff. I'm not as bothered by it nowadays because I actually really enjoy Scream 3. I think it's just a really fun movie. It's just a really fun late 90s thousand slasher. But yeah, no, I enjoy it, but it is a little Scooby-Doo. You know, it's very Scooby-Doo feeling. Feels like I'm watching Shaggy and Scoob running around solving a mystery at points, which is definitely odd. So, what else we got here? I want to talk about horror right now. I'm KillJoy Jake, and I came to get down. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock the YouTube microphone. I like to eat rats, and I stay away from the bats. Well, as you know, Jason, I hate bats. No, I'm pretty lukewarm about bats. I don't have a specific. I don't want to bite their heads off. You know, I'm not Ozzy. I'm not trying to rip off Ozzy or something. You know, I'll bite the head off of a rat, but biting the head off of a bat, I'm just ripping off Ozzy at that point. So no, only kidding. Jason, I love it. I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff there. Malik is here too. What's up, Malik? How's it going? Your boy Malik is here saying, hey, Jake, do you think Terrifier 3 will show Art growing his body back and possibly give us Art killing hospital patients and staff? So, like, Malik, yes, like, we have to do something along those lines. I think the big thing Terrifier 3 will give us, because we were talking about this earlier in the stream, where I specifically don't want Terrifier 3 to just be a dump of all the answers from shit they set up in 2, but if they want to expand what Art the Clown can do with his powers, because he can clearly, like, repair his body. Like, we've already kind of seen elements of that through 1 and 2 now. But I would love to see the full extent of his power, like a little more. If that's a question they want to answer in 3, I'm okay with that. I'm actually interested to see if they do something like that, because I just think that would be cool. I think that would be cool if, like, you kind of got to see him, like, maybe regrow his body like Deadpool, or maybe he's got like the Jeepers Creepers thing going on where he can kind of like steal body parts from other people and then utilize them himself. That would be kind of cool. Oh man. Wait, for real? That's hilarious. Did you know you're being used in a clip for someone else's Scream fan film campaign? The same one that fooled people recently that it was a fake teaser. Wait, what? Oh, you got to send me the link to that. I'm so curious. That's so weird if they are using stuff from our movie. I mean, honestly, that's an honor more than anything if they're using stuff from our movie. That's just an honor in my opinion if they're doing that. They thought our teaser was good if they're doing that. So, but I'll obviously have to make a statement about that if that is true. If you can send me that on Twitter or Instagram, I would appreciate that, because I would like to say something about that then, if that is the case. I'm flattered, but at the same time, don't be doing that. So, interesting. I don't really go on. I don't go on Reddit if that's what you said. Yeah, saw the vid on Reddit. Yeah, I don't really. Reddit is just not for me, man. I tried it once a long time ago. Just not my thing. Not for me personally. So, Gabriel saying petition to take art to space or New York. That would be fascinating. I mean, like, they filmed the original movie on in Staten Island, if I'm remembering correctly. So you're very close. You're very close to New York. There. I don't like, actually I don't fucking know this, but maybe Miles County is like a county in that area, or maybe it's fictional. I'm not 100% sure, but I know they actually did film the original one in Staten Island though. So interesting. Oh, they're using clips of your YouTube video talking about their teaser. Yeah, send me the video. I gotta see this. I'm interested. I'm interested. Regardless, I'm flattered. I mean, I'll tell you that much. Keggy is saying Scream 3 was good fun. Scream 4 was the one that didn't work for me. Oh, what? Really? Damn. That's a shame, Keg. I love Scream. Scream 4 has always been one of my favorites. I really enjoy that one. It's got some weird spots. It's not a perfect movie by any means. It's got the very beginning and the very ending are very strange in my opinion, but the whole middle part I really like. So it's a little it's like some of the meta humor doesn't work for me in Scream 4 too. But besides that, I really love that movie. I think it easily, from all the sequels, I think it has the best characters and some of the best kills. Really vicious Ghostface. Some great sequences too. Some good chase scenes and stuff. Gale Weathers in the barn is a really memorable stick out in my brain kind of moment. So good stuff. I wonder if they already filmed some of Terrifier 3, as Chris Jericho is covered in blood in the picture with Damien Leone on Instagram, and he never got any blood on him in Terrifier 2. Great point, Sean. Good eye, dude. I didn't even think about that going back to that picture. I will say this though. I remember Chris Jericho was in the same costume that he was in the from the movie. Like, he's wearing the same white gown, or the white shirt and the white pants and all that when he's covered in blood in that picture, if I'm remembering correctly. So maybe they did film the opening scene of Terrifier 3, because Terrifier 2 picks up right where we left off from the last movie essentially. So I wonder if they do the same thing with Terrifier 3 and Chris Jericho is the opening kill. That would be pretty cool. I think that would be fucking sick. And they just already have that in the bag ready to go. That's it. Wow. Great point, Sean. Shit. Sean, I might have to do a video on that. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Yeah, I can't argue with that. I mean, like I said, Scream 4 is not a perfect movie, but I enjoy it. It's probably the sequel that I was frequenting the most. Oddly enough, 3, and I just rewatched 2 the other day because I got the Steelbook for it, but 3's been one I've been frequenting a lot. I think it's because I didn't watch it all that much before, so now I'm just constantly going to it for some more screamy action. Because, oh my god, I can't wait for Scream 6. Speaking of which, I haven't even touched on that yet. Crazy. Jake, will Scream 6 be better than Jason Takes Manhattan? I don't know. I mean, I hope so. Scream 6, I'm definitely worried about it for sure, but I'm cautiously optimistic going into it. I'm very excited to see what they do with it, but they need to do they need to do something original with it. They got to take it its own routes. They can't just do a movie that's like, hey, remember this from Scream 2 the whole time? Because they were in a box with Scream 5. They kind of had to do stuff like that because, you know, these are brand new directors on a beloved horror franchise, one of the biggest horror franchises there is. They had to do that. They had to make Scream 2022 if they were going to continue with brand new people in charge. So, yeah, no, I do think Scream 6 is going to be good. I have faith in Radio Silence. I mean, honestly, all of their movies, even their worst movie, is a lot of fun. Like, I really enjoy all of Radio Silence's stuff. There is stuff that is very much so better than other movies from their catalog, but I really like everything that they have to put out. So, like, Ready or Not is probably my favorite Radio Silence movie, but I think all of their stuff is at least worth a watch. So I think Scream 6 is going to be good. It's going to be at least a decent film, I think. So, do I think Scream 6 is going to struggle without Nev? I feel like there's two routes that Scream 6 can go down. I feel like now they have this opportunity to do their own thing, and they don't have to tell this story alongside an original story that focuses on the legacy characters. Like, you know, obviously you got Gale Weathers, and she's going to be great. Of course she's going to be great. Courtney Cox is so consistent in everything she does. But I don't think it's not going to be as heavily focused on her. Scream 6 is either going to do one or two things. It's either going to heavily focus on Gale Weathers, and there's going to be like one plot line throughout, working with all the characters. They're all working together this time around. Or we're going to do two plot lines that aren't as heavy as the two plot lines in Scream 5, which I felt like that movie would have been so much better if it was like 15 minutes longer, just to develop some more of the things going on in that movie, I think. So Scream 6, I feel like, might not struggle without Nev because they have less to work with. They have less things they need to do in this movie, and they have a lot more breathing space. At the same time, though, I'm gonna miss Sidney Prescott. It's gonna be weird not to have her in a Scream movie. So it's really one of those things that I'm like, you got two routes you can go down, and you're not 100% one way or the other. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. This movie could not be good without Sidney. That's absolutely a possibility, but I have faith in it. I really have faith in it, and Radio Silence. I really think they're very interesting directors. So I love a lot of their movies. They're so versatile too. They're so all over the place with a lot of the things they've done. You know, they've done found footage really well. They've done like a thriller film that's kind of supernatural really well. So I don't know, man. I feel like I have a lot of faith in these guys. They can do a lot of things really well, I think. So we'll just have to see. Next Gen Studios is saying, when do you think Nev will return? If she does, honestly, don't see her coming back until the final act of Scream 7. I don't blame you. I'll be honest with you. If she never comes back for another Scream film, I don't blame her, dude. I mean, like, what a fucking middle finger not to give her more money. I mean, she's like, you know, you got Ghostface, who's like, yeah, the face of the franchise, but Sydney is also there. You know what I mean? She is also the face of the franchise. Just same thing with Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. They are so iconic with Halloween. Same thing here with Nev Campbell. And for them not to respect her as like the huge final girl of the studio, just kind of being like, yeah, we're not going to give you more money. Like, what? Crazy. So I don't know. If she does come back, hell yeah, that's going to be awesome. But if she doesn't, I respect her decision. I don't blame her. So I just tweeted it to you. Hell yeah. I'm actually, you know what? We're going to watch this on stream because I'm actually like, I'm so curious. This is going to be really interesting to see. So to catch anyone up to speed who has not seen, who has not been in the live stream for the past like 15 minutes or whatever. Oh, I'm in this? Holy shit. So this is the 1109 Films. This is the same guy that made that fake teaser. Interesting. Yeah, so this is Joshua Chislet's channel. And he posted a video with me apparently. So this is interesting. Oh, no, that's fine. No. He just used the clip from my video where I was talking about his thing. No, that's totally fine. I don't care. Does he say something negative about me or something? Like, Fate Decided was in there too. I just heard Fate's voice. I'm so sorry about this, everybody. I'm just really curious. No, this is an honor more than anything. That's totally fine. Like, I'll tell you this right now, guys. I I don't like, as long as no one's claiming to be me, that's fine. Like, you know, we had the joke accounts here. Really sorry about the silence by the radio silence. I just really wanted to see what that was all about. No, I'll specifically say this. So like, you guys can use my shit in other things as long as it's not like, hey, KillJoy Jake's a fucking asshole or something, you know, like if you just want, like if I'm talking about your shit, like I talked about his stuff, I didn't ask him, you know, he's using my clips too. That's totally fine. Yeah, no, I don't care. I'm honored more than anything that I was like the first clip he used where I was talking. I was like, oh, that's really cool. I even said in that video, I was like, it looks good. You know, I was like, that teaser trailer looks good. I was like, damn, fantastic job, dude. No, I'm not gonna copyright strike him. You guys, like, seriously, I know there's even a channel out there, someone makes like clips from my videos. Is that Extron? I think isn't that you, or maybe, I don't know, or Easton Plays? It's somebody. I know it's one of you guys does that. So no, that's totally fine. I don't care. Like, that's awesome. Because, like, on the other side of that coin, that wouldn't really be fair for me to be pissed about that. I made a whole video talking about his thing. You know what I mean? No, that's awesome. I think that's incredible. I feel honored that he would use that in his thing. No, that's totally fine. No, that's awesome. Culpin, I appreciate it though. Thank you. So, no, thank you for pointing that out, though. I do appreciate that. Because, like, the other end of that coin is, like, if someone's making a video, like, shitting on me, you know, like, I would say, well, fuck that guy. You know what I mean? So, I just appreciate you pointing that out, though. I do appreciate that. But, yeah, I don't, like, if you guys, like, I know other people have used my clips in their Scream updates before. Like, I've seen other channels, like, use that, like, talking about something I'd like pitched, like I remember there was someone who talked about a theory that I pitched, and like Critical Overlord, I remember, did an entire video talking about one of my theories, and then there was like another, I can't remember who, but someone else did a video where they even like played part of my video in theirs and then like talked about that. So yeah, no, I don't care, but thanks for pointing it out. I do appreciate that. That's actually really cool that he would even that Joshua would put that in there, so I appreciate that. But getting back on track with the horror stuff, because that was just really, that caught my interest. I had to figure out if that was what was going on there. Malik is saying, hey Jake, do you think the Strangers trilogy will be back to back like Halloween was originally intended to, or will be released all at once on streaming like Fear Street was? Ooh. Well, Malik, I will say this, unlike the new Halloween trilogy, it was announced all at the same time that there was going to be 3 new Strangers movies. So this could be a Fear Street situation. So it could be that they could be going that route where it's like they're going to release them all at the same time, or like around the same time, like how they did with Fear Street. I think that would be cool. That would be awesome, I think. So if they did something like that, that would be cool. I know they wrapped up filming recently, and I believe it was only like a month and a half or 2 months of filming that they did. So that obviously is not enough time to film 3 movies. That's like just the right amount of time to efficiently film a full movie. So my guess right now is that they're going to release them periodically, like maybe every 2 years or maybe back-to-back years even. I mean, you know, they are slasher films at the end of the day. They could pump these out like once a year. That's theoretically, depending on, you know, if they have it all planned out. It depends on a lot of different things, obviously. So, but yeah, no, I think that would be cool if they did it. If they do it Fear Street style, I'm okay with that. So, I'm okay with that too. Thank you, I appreciate that. Let's hope they use you in Scream 6 next, like they did with Dead Meat and 5. Maybe they already have. No, they haven't. No, I wish. That would be fucking awesome, but. The Radio Silence guys in Dead Meat were also like friends prior to that, which was another thing. So that would be an unbelievable honor, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But hey, I can dream, can't I? Can't I dream to be in the new Scream film? God. Okay, so here's something I want to talk about. Did you guys, who all saw Pray for the Devil? Let's all talk about that for a minute, because I didn't really do a review on it because man, like for me, I went into that expecting this like new take on possession films, and it is just, I mean, it is just same old. Nothing really shocked me in that movie. I mean, like there's some good character development, I think, between like the girl and the main girl, like the main girl and the little girl. But man, it's just like, I mean, it's just same old Possession for me. I don't know. I wasn't really blown away by it personally. But I'm curious what you all think about it. I am curious. So go ahead and leave it on in the comments if you guys saw Pray for the Devil. I'm curious what you think. Pray for the Devil was so cliche. I mean, yeah. That was my big thing about it. Like, you just can't make a possession film anymore without some kind of twist to it. Like, or, you know, there's just so many of those. There's so many of those from, like, especially the thousands. Like, I feel like the thousands killed possession movies, or like the 2010s. Late thousands, 2010s specifically. So... it was okay, but it seems like they didn't know how to end it. Yeah. I agree. They did the most basic ending in a possession movie. Yeah, like I was like, man, like this is good if I had never seen a possession movie ever. You know, like I don't know, I just didn't do it for me. And the advertisements were pretty strong. Like I have the poster over here for it. I was pumped for. I'm like, okay, maybe this is gonna be a different kind of possession movie. We're getting something different here. I remember there was this movie called they were like live streaming possessions, and it was like fake, but then it was like, oh, they do one where it's real. Sounds a little cliche, I know, but it kind of flips the whole idea on its head, and it's really cool how they do it. I thought it was a lot of fun. The Cleansing Hour is the name of that one. That's on Shudder, I believe. I really enjoyed that movie. I watched that with my family last Christmas, oddly enough. So maybe I really think fondly of it for that reason too. But I loved the ending. I absolutely fucking loved the ending. Like, blown away. Great stuff. They did a really good job with that. Maybe We Watch the Movie will be in Scream 6. They have been in movies before. Just a thought. So I would love for them. Oh my god, I would lose my mind if they were in it. That's that would be sweet. They're in what movie? They're in Grave Encounters 2 very briefly at the beginning of that movie. So I think that's awesome. I fucking love them so much. They followed me on Twitter recently, and I was like geeking out. I'm like, what? Holy shit, that's awesome. So they're awesome. They're awesome people. I love their channel so much. Buff Snake is here. What's up, Buff Snake? With a very close-up profile picture saying, I really hope that Scream 6 can top the original as my second favorite. Sorry, but Scream 2 is always going to be my favorite. The New York... You don't have to be sorry. I'm glad you like it. The New York setting sounds so cool and could have such interesting set pieces. I really think... man... I think it could probably be my favorite sequel. I'll say that. It's going to take a lot to top the original for me personally. Because, like, there's just so much about that movie. I mean, it's so perfect. It, like, revolutionized the horror genre. I don't think we would have this boom of horror movies that we're having right now, or through the 2010s and the thousands, if it wasn't for Scream. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, without that movie, I don't know, like, we wouldn't have anything. That's why I just feel like you're never going to be able to top that for me personally. But I think Scream 6 has the potential to be my favorite sequel if they go the route of, like, holy shit, this is crazy. So... we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Athena is here. What's up? What's up? Howdy, hey. Howdy, hey, Athena. Howdy, hey. I appreciate the hearts. All the hearts back. All the love. All the love, all the love. Demented Pictures is here. What's up? What's up? Good evening. Good evening. How's it hanging? Tid, I'm going to get to one of your comments. I thought that was really interesting. But Hollywood Guy is throwing $5 more in there. Hollywood Guy, thank you so much. And we're talking possession films. And the closest thing I have to that, beanie-wise, for your $5 is Nightmare on Elm Street. So not a possession film at all, but dreams, possession, close enough. Yeah, close enough. Fuck it, yeah. So there you go. You get the Nightmare beanie, my good friend. My good friend from Hollywood. Or a guy who enjoys Hollywood. Saying, what is your favorite possession movie? Mine was The Exorcist, the original. I mean, yeah, dude, you nailed it on the head, man. I mean, The Exorcist is always going to be the best for me. That's another one where I'm like... That's another one where I'm just like, dude, you're never going to top The Exorcist for me personally. I love that movie so much. It's so well done for so many reasons. Oh, love it. Great fucking movie. Yeah, no, I totally agree, Hollywood Guy. So there are some other ones that are really good, though. Like the director of Pray for the Devil, for instance, did this movie called The Last Exorcism. I don't know why I always forget that one, but The Last Exorcism I think is really good. That's a different one. The Cleansing Hour I recommend. Like the Amityville horror movies, not really possession. They're like more haunted house movies. I don't know why that's not Possession at all. I don't know why I said that. But those are good movies too. I actually enjoy some of those. Those are fun. What other Possession films like really stand out though? Those are just the ones off the top of my head. I mean, like I get like that's not really what else is like Possession. The Exorcism of Emily Rose actually is actually pretty good too. Deborah Logan too. The Deborah Logan movie, the Possession, whatever that one is called. That one's really good. That's the guy that did Insidious 4, whose name I can't remember. Adam Robital did that movie. Is it The Taking of Deborah Logan? That's what it is. The Taking of Deborah Logan is a really interesting movie. It's what's interesting about that one is I've never seen, I haven't, well, not never seen this, but I haven't seen too many found footage movies that are like specifically slow burns. There's only a few I can think of off the top of my head, but one of those is The Taking of Deborah Logan. And I really thought that was interesting. Like the biggest scene of that movie is definitely the climax, and it makes that so clear. Like it builds up to that one scene. You know the scene if you've seen it, but man, that's a good movie though. I really enjoy that one too. Thank you for the $5, Hollywood guy. I hope you like Nightmare on Elm Street because there you go. there you go. Thank you, Extron. This is something I really try to do this, so that means a lot. I love you, Jake. Even when you disagree with someone, you're always respectful and nice. Like earlier when you and Fate were disagreeing, you're always so nice and respectful no matter the opinions. Well, thank you. Like, listen, at the end of the day, this is movie talk. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about movies here. A collection of images and sounds that make people feel certain ways. So not everyone's going to feel the same about it. Like, you could watch a movie and have a completely unbelievably different take from somebody else. And that's just a fact of life. Like everyone's going to watch something differently than you. It also depends on like your mood. Like I've gone back and watched movies I hated the first time around and loved them the second viewing. Maybe like you have no idea what that could have been because of. Like I remember I fucking like Scream 3, for instance. We were just talking about that. I watched that once and I was like, man, I was so not into it. I just was not vibing with it at all. Now it's a movie I have on repeat. Like I cycle that one a lot now. I've watched it like 3 or 4 times this year and I just really enjoy it, you know? So man, that's something that I hope all of you would do too with movie talk. If someone disagrees with you, that's fine. You know, Christian was here earlier, a really good friend of mine, and me and him like we have very passionate opinions about Hereditary. We strongly disagree. Like he hates Hereditary with all of his might, and I love it. So I always thought that was really funny. We have very friendly debates about that movie all the time, and that's how movie talk should be. You're gonna disagree with people, but like always just my one thing I will say to people about movie talk is not only be respectful about it, keep an open mind too, because you'll find that some of the movies you hate, maybe you just need to watch a second time sometimes. Like genuinely, I have been so surprised by some movies. I used to hate Uncut Gems with every single fiber of my being. I used to hate that movie, and like a couple of days ago, I rewatched it and I love it. I think it is a masterpiece now. I used to hate that movie so much. I watched it one time and I was like, fuck the Safdie brothers. I was so angry after that movie. Watching it again, I love it. I think it's a masterpiece. So that's what I'll say. If you hate something right now, I guarantee you your opinion might change at some point on something. I can guarantee you that your opinion will change on something that you feel about right now. Like there might be a movie like Halloween Ends, for instance. I know a lot of people really don't like that, but I guarantee you some people on that second or third watch will like be like, okay, actually, I really like it. I remember my second or third watch, I definitely liked it a little more. I'm still not big on it, but I know some people had like did a total turnaround on that movie too. So like that's what I'll say. Keep an open mind when it comes to movies. Keep an open mind. That's all I'll say. It's important. It's important for movies. Everyone you know what? I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I'm sorry. When I start talking about that stuff, I'm like, yeah. So be respectful. There you go. Take that away from it. Jared, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate that. I'm gonna go. Okay. You know what? Speaking of Halloween Ends, we're gonna do the curse of Michael Myers beanie for you, Jared. This one's for you. The Last Exorcism is underrated as a possession movie. I agree. I really enjoyed The Last Exorcism. That's a banger. I think the reason, like, that's another movie where it's kind of a slower, it's kind of slower, but like at the same time, it's not. it's kind of hard to explain. Like, nothing really happens in the Last Exorcism until the ending again. It's another movie like that. But how it builds is so interesting because you genuinely don't know what is going on the whole time. There are clues one way and the other to really like throw you for what is happening, and then you kind of get the answer at the end. And I think that's really interesting about that one. I really enjoy it. I've never seen the sequel. I've been meaning to, and I gotta make that happen. But yeah, I love the first one. I think it's a really fun movie. Highly recommend if you guys have not seen it. So, Jared, thank you so much for the $5. I hope you like Curse of Michael Myers. But thank you so much. Oh, James, you like? I'm really glad you liked that movie. Awesome. I know you, James. You've been talking about that one a lot, so I'm really glad you liked it. Pray for the Devil was my most anticipated movie of the year, and it didn't disappoint. I think it was worth the almost 2-year wait. TBH. Good. I'm glad you liked it. No, that's awesome, dude. James, yeah, like another thing is like I know you were talking about that one a lot, so I'm really glad you specifically liked that. So I remember, I know you, James, I know you like to ask me about a lot of crazy different movies, but that was the one I remember you were talking about a lot. So I'm glad you liked it. That's really good. I'm really glad you weren't disappointed. That's good stuff. And another thing, I didn't hate it. It was just like I felt like it was just more of the same of possession movies. You know, like I enjoyed it. It was like there was some scary, like some shit got me. There's some good jump scares and shit. I just felt like it was like I've seen this movie before. You know, it didn't really have a new flavor to it. Was my thing about it. But I'm glad you liked it. Jet 9 Lives, holy crap, you could not have entered the stream at a more perfect time. We are talking about Pray for the Devil. And yes, I have seen it. I have not done a review on it, but it seems like a lot of people are interested in that. Maybe I'll have to do a review because I do have some opinions on it. I don't know. It's just not like my big thing, like what it boils down to is I just feel like it was more of the same for possession movies. And it was kind of advertised as being like, hey, this is going to be something new. Possession wise. The other thing that I was so confident in that movie with was it had a early February release date, which is like doesn't really bode well for a horror film. You know, early February, January, typically like dump stuff. They're like, hey, we have these movies on the back burner. They're not very good, but we're just going to put them out. You know, that's the kind of time period where movies like that come out typically. And then they moved it from that release date to an October release date. That had me intrigued. When shit like that happens, that means something went wrong, and they're like, actually, this is really good. We're gonna move this to a better release date. So I had some faith in it for a little while there. I was like, faith, kind of works with the movie. Haha, jokes, jokes are funny. Ha ha ha. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. But yeah, so maybe I'll do a review of it at some point. Actually, I might make that early tomorrow. We're editing the movie a little more tomorrow, but I have some time tomorrow to make a little video, so maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll try to squeeze that in. Tid Morgan is saying, what's your opinion on season 2 of Chucky so far, man? I hate where it's going. I've only seen the first episode. What I'll say this, what I've seen so far, because I've seen people talking about it on Twitter. People think it's fucking crazy, whatever it is. Wherever it goes. From the first episode alone, I thought that was the best episode of the series so far. That they are like where I'm at in the show, I was like, I feel like they're finally starting to get it. You know, they're finally starting to get the balance right. And I hear that the show is set up a little differently from last year, which bodes really well for me. So I'm going in with some good expectations. I'm expecting something bigger from it. I was kind of disappointed with the first season. It was fun. You know, the first season was fun, but it just didn't feel Chucky-ish to me. It just felt a little too off the rails from how, like, Chucky typically is. I have seen a lot of people compare the new season to Seed of Chucky, which I don't know how to take that. I do like Seed of Chucky, but it's definitely the most off the rails movie in the franchise. I don't know. Well, I got to see it for myself. You know, I really don't. I haven't seen it yet, so my opinion kind of, yeah. I really don't have an opinion until I've seen it. So, but I'm excited. I do have Spotify, Gabriel. You can follow me on there and just see my shitty playlists if you want to listen to that. I spend a little too much time on Spotify, in fact. And Carrie is here. What's up, Carrie? How's it going? What's up? What's up? What's up, Carrie? Saying, hey, popping in to say hello. Feeling a little under the weather, but still wanted to say hello. Well, Carrie, I hope you feel better. Wishing you good health. Gut Gesundheit, as people from Germany would say. from Deutschland. That is what that means whenever you hear Gesundheit. Good health. You see, you learned something from this page. There you go. You learned something today that wasn't horror related. How fun is that? Because I learned that a couple years ago, and it kind of blew my mind. Rob Zombie's attempt at a Halloween movie, make the main characters a short emo kid who somehow 15 years later is 6'8", and Danny Trejo at one of the worst picks for Dr. Loomis. I mean, you know, this is one of those things where I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I like, yeah, you know, it's definitely not, it's definitely like different. It's definitely very different. And I think that was kind of the point. Like, the studio wanted to make a remake. Rob Zombie wanted to take it his own route, essentially. And it kind of came out being a little bit of a mess, that first Halloween, for that reason. And I feel like two feels like like an actual Rob Zombie movie, where one is like an attempt at a Rob Zombie movie, but that had just way too much studio interference. But I don't know. I like Dr. Loomis is saved by that second movie because it's not Dr. Loomis. It's a brand new character, and that's how you just have to look at it that way. I guess that's really the only way to enjoy that second film. If you try to watch that as like this is a Halloween movie, you're not gonna like it, you know. And that's fair for people who don't like Rob Zombie's one and both of Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. If you're looking for Halloween, you're gonna be disappointed with Rob Zombie's Halloween, which I know sounds goofy, right? Like I'm watching Halloween, right? This should be Halloween. I want to see Michael Myers going after Laurie Strode. That's why I'm here, and that's not really what the second movie's about. But I don't know. I mean, I respect it as its own standalone movie. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. The first Rob Zombie movie I'm not big on, but the second one, I'm like, okay, this is actually kind of cool. If you watch it if you like Rob Zombie's movies, I think you can find a way to appreciate the second Rob Zombie Halloween 2. I will say that. What do I think of FNAF? I like it. I like Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Fredward's. I used to play it as a kid. I played I'm excited for the movie. Jim Henson's Creature Shop is fucking doing the puppets, which I think is such crazy good news. And I can't remember the director's name, just always slips me for whatever reason, but I'm excited to see it. I'm like, hey, we'll check it out. You know, it's probably going to be PG-13, which is going to be kind of a bummer, but we'll check it out though. We will check it out. I'll do a little review on it, or do some updates on it when news comes out. So Malik is saying, do you think Maxine will be more drama than horror? Maxine doesn't seem much like a killer. No. Well, your boy Malik, I should do a video on this, but I do have a theory about what the movie's going to be about. I definitely think there's going to be more blood and gore. It's definitely going to be some kind of like slasher movie. I don't think Maxine herself, though, is going to go crazy. I feel like the whole point of this trilogy is to show you two characters that are very similar, played by the same actress, going down different routes of life. And how Pearl has a lot of things going on with her character that led her to be trapped at this farmhouse her entire life and to be killing people she's jealous of. Where Maxine kind of overcomes that and is going to be this big star in LA in the 80s. And I think that the antagonists of that movie are going to be the church group that was already set up in X. There was a reason we kept cutting back to that the entire time, and we got that little twist at the end of X. I really think they're going to be the antagonists in Maxine. I think that's what it's going to be about personally. That's just my theory. Like, obviously we don't got anything fucking confirmed about it, but I do think it'll have some drama elements to it, but honestly, I feel like Maxine's going to be the goofiest, craziest one of the bunch. Cause like X is pretty goofy, crazy, fun. You know, it's a fun slasher. It's fucking awesome. Pearl kind of takes it even further into that direction. It is fucking crazy, and I loved it. Both Pearl and X are top 10 movies for me this year. Loved them. So I think, I really think Maxine's going to be the craziest one of the bunch, honestly. Kind of almost like an opposite to what to what you're saying, Malik. But I'm excited for it regardless. I mean, fuck, dude, Ty West just does not miss. Going through his catalog this past year has been a fucking blast. So I'm excited to see what he does next, man, with Maxine. Oh, very pumped for it. We'll probably get that next year is my guess, but also maybe not. I don't know. Whenever it comes out, though, it's going to be fucking sick. Gonna be sick. Oh, we got 5 more smackaroos from Sarah. Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate that. Thank you. You're getting the Night of the Living Dead beanie. There you go. Night of the Living Dead, baby. Oh. There you go. Thoughts on video game horror movies like Doom, Stay Alive, and House of the Dead? Ooh, you just named some crazy fucking movies right there. Man, ooh, that's interesting. So I actually I really enjoy those movies you mentioned. I enjoy them. They're not good movies, I can admit that, but I enjoy them. I think they're fun. Like House of the Dead, for instance. I think it's a really bad movie, but is it really fun? Yeah, it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's a fun watch. I love House of the Dead, the video game too. I like a lot of the Doom games. So I've only really played the Doom VR and the original Doom. But there's another one, Doom Eternal, I think it's called, that I guess is just like a phenomenal fucking game. So I'm excited to play that eventually. My buddy Trent is like huge on that game. He loves it. So I do want to try that eventually. But there are some good video game horror, like horror movies specifically that are based on video games. This is a hot take, but I really enjoy all of the Resident Evil movies. Like the Paul W.S. Anderson stuff is nothing like the fucking video games at all. It's a total departure from the games, but I think they're still fun. They get worse with every sequel though. My God, like that's something. But you know what? The big thing to take away is that I feel like a lot of video game horror isn't great, but a lot of it's enjoyable if you're a fan of the game. I think that's the big thing to take away. Like House of the Dead, that movie, I like it so much because I love that game so much. House of the Dead 3 is one of my all-time favorite video games. Me and my brother play that every holiday season together on like the Wii. It's a really fun game, and just like watching that movie, it makes you feel like you're playing the game. So that's why I like it. It's fun. Has that element, like it's not nostalgia, but it has like that feeling of, it reminds you of something else you like, which is why I think I like it. And yeah, Jet9 Lives just put something in the chat. John Carpenter has talked about wanting to do a Dead Space movie for like the longest time. I would lose my mind. I would absolutely lose my mind if John Carpenter did that. I fucking love Dead Space. Oh my God, that would be awesome. That would be so cool. I would go fucking bananas. I would go fucking like my head would actually explode. You guys have seen me get excited about horror movies, but if John Carpenter comes out of fucking retirement from directing specifically, he's still working. Man's still working all the time. If he comes back and he's just like, I'm going to direct one more movie and it's going to be the fucking Dead Space movie, my head might actually explode. Like I might not actually be able to do the video because my brain's just gonna combust and this whole room is just gonna fill with blood and brains, because that's how excited I would be about that. So if that happens, yes. yes, and yes. That would be awesome. But I do like video game horror movies though. And there's also a lot of really good horror video games that I feel like could be turned into a movie that haven't. So I would like to see one that really blows everything out of the water. Like, oh, Silent Hill. I love the Silent Hill movies. Those are so good. I actually like both of those. A lot of people crap on that sequel, but that sequel is pretty fucking fun, I think. But both of those movies are so good. Ooh. So I have not seen this yet, but I hear it's fantastic. Christian, who was here earlier, who just put out a fucking fantastic little short film. It's called Briefcase. Check it out on Christian Peralta's page. I did not have a hand in it, but I got to watch it early and I loved it. It was awesome. But I have not watched this yet, but Christian, who I was just talking about, absolutely loved the Weird Al movie. I guess it's like really funny. It's a really fucking good movie. So I need to watch it. I love Daniel Radcliffe. I love Weird Al. It's just it's a match made in heaven for me personally. So I'm excited. I've heard it compared. It was like someone compared it to what the fuck is his name? I can't remember. Howard Stern. Someone compared it to Howard Stern's biopic. Someone compared it to that recently, and I thought that was an interesting comparison. So I'm excited to see that. Very excited. Scott's here. What's up, Scott? What's up? What do you think about the idea of a Scream video game? Yes, and yes. With Sydney, Dewey, Gail, Billy, and Stu, and Randy as well. I think of you very cool if they do one. Scott, I would love to see, I would love to see that too. I would love to see a game based off of like the original movie. That would be awesome. I would almost love to see more is it a Telltale game? Is that what they're called? I think I'm saying that wrong. But like the games where it's like you're making all the decisions, there's like a company that makes those games. The Quarry is their most recent one. I would love to see them do like a decision-based game where you're trying to figure out who the killers are the whole time and you're playing like a protagonist. That would be so fucking cool, I think. I would love to play that game personally. That would be awesome if they did something like that. I've had that thought for like the longest time. I'm like, that would be the best game to bring into that, I think so. And Bazillion Balloons has been putting this in there for a bit, and I do want to talk about this. Love your videos, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. What do you talk about the alleged bathroom pic from Scream 6? Reminds me of a gorier Tiffany Valentine death from Bride of Chucky. Ooh. So I have talked about the bathroom pic. I talked about it Supermassive Games. Thank you so much, Austin Daniels. I did talk about it a little bit. I said like, oh, this would be an awesome kill. I didn't really have more to go off of from that because I believe it's just a pic that's floating on Reddit. I wonder if I have that somewhere in here. I can't remember if I still have that or not, but I did talk about it in my most recent Scream update, like right at the end. I kind of brought it up. But yeah, no, I thought that was, it looks really fucking gross. And I guess I did a little more research on that too recently. And I guess there's something in that photo that's in another set picture from Scream 6, which is why a lot of people are talking about it. So there might actually be something to that set picture. It's like a picture frame or something is like in the background of another set photo from Scream 6, which is why a lot of people are thinking that's, that's real. So there might actually be something to that. I would love to talk about it at some point, maybe even more in depth. So yeah, no, I did, like I said, I did talk about it in my latest Scream 6 update. Maybe I'll do a whole, just a kill theory or something on it. That would be actually kind of fun. Cause a bathtub kill, like, can you imagine someone falling into a bathtub and like hitting their head or something and Ghostface is just wailing away at them after like a crazy chase? That could be kind of cool. I think that'd be kind of sick actually. Jimmy, we were just talking about this. I'm so excited for Maxine. I really think it's going to be the most bonkers entry in the Ty West trilogy, the Mia Goth trilogy, if you will. I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Cabinet of Curiosities. I couldn't think of this earlier, but yes, I've seen a few episodes of it now. I've been oddly skipping around it. Like, I've watched a few episodes. I watched Graveyard Rats and The Viewing so far. Loved both episodes a lot. I'm really digging it so far. You've been hooked on it. Nice. I'm hooked on it too right now. That's what I'm watching at the moment. I'm really digging it. I might do a review of it. I can't. There's so many reviews I want to do that I just haven't gotten to. But yeah, no, I would love to talk about that one because I'm fucking digging every episode of that a whole lot. So far, the two episodes I've seen, loved them a lot. Excited to see what else they do. Someone who lives in New York City, I'm excited to see Scream 6 take place in NYC. We need more slashers set there. We don't have much. T-movies, I mean, listen, you'll always have Jason Takes Manhattan, you know? But no, I agree. I think that this is such an interesting set piece. I think the thing that's like tough about it, like the thing that's tough about setting any movie in New York City if you don't have a big budget is like, it's so fucking expensive to get permits to film anything in New York, which is why a lot of Scream 6 was filmed in Montreal. So I think that's a big deterrence there to set your movie there, unless you're like the MCU, which actually got to film a lot of their movies in New York, like the Spider-Man movies, for instance. So like it's just tougher to do slashers there. I think that's probably also why Jason Takes Manhattan was only a handful of the shots were actually filmed in New York. It's mostly on a fucking boat in Vancouver. So like, I get it, but at the same time, I do sympathize with this T-movies. I would love to see more slasher films set in a fucking city, like opposed to A Cabin in the Woods. Like, make a difference. Melissa Barrera had a really good point talking about Scream 6 that like if you were getting chased by Ghostface down the streets of New York, no one would probably help you. Like, it is just as scary to get chased by Ghostface in New York City, just like how it is in the middle of fucking nowhere, in A Cabin in the Woods, for instance. So I think that's a really interesting thing to play off of. I'm kind of shocked not too many slasher films have played off of that before, honestly. So I'm actually very curious to see if Scream 6 capitalizes on that or not. They better, because Melissa Barrera's teasing some cool shit here. Kind of want to see some cool shit. Tell you what. No sewer deaths in Scream 6. Oh, okay, Jarrett, I respect that. I respect that, but I really want to see Ghostface bite into a rat. I just want one thing this year, and I just want Ghostface to bite into a rat. That's all I'm asking. I didn't get it from Michael, so I need somebody biting into a rat. If that can happen this year, I'll be happy. Ooh, Andrew lives in Montreal and really excited to see my city on the big screen. Nice. You have no idea how excited I was when the first Avengers movie came out, and that entire scene with Loki in that movie takes place right in front of Tower City in Cleveland. That's where they filmed it. I was so pumped to see that movie because I'm like, oh, it takes place in Cleveland. Like, it doesn't take place in Cleveland, but it's like they filmed it in Cleveland. That's so cool. So I bet that's got to be really exciting for you. Very nice stuff, Andrew. Austin is asking a really good question here. Should I check out Scream Season 3? I heard bad things, but I haven't seen it. Also, it has the girl from The Punisher Season 2. She was good in that. So here's what I'll say, Austin. I've seen a lot of people say that they like Season 3 because it brings the real Ghostface mask into it, first of all. I think it has some decent characters. They're not as strong as Seasons 1 and 2, I would argue, but I wasn't super impressed with Season 3, but a lot of people do really like it. So give it a watch is what I'll say, because I have heard some really positive reviews about it from some people, but I would personally, I was like, yeah, it's all right, but check it out. Like I said, I have heard a lot of people give it some really good reviews. Some people think it's their that's their favorite season of the show. So I think it's worth a watch is what I will say. At least give it 2 episodes. That's what I do with shows. I give them 2 episodes. If they can't impress me, I think it's unfair to give a show 1 episode. I think it's unfair to just watch 1 episode because sometimes the first episode of an entire show is all set up for what is Season 2. I give every show I watch 2 episodes. If they can't impress me in 2 episodes, then I'm out. But that's my MO when it comes to TV specifically. I gotta have at least 2 episodes in there. And then at the end of episode 2, if I'm not vibing with it, then I call it quits. But give it a chance. Austin's going to give his opinion when he's finished with it. Hell yeah, Austin. Good stuff. We deserve an ending to Season 2 of Scream. There's been so many rumblings about that for the past couple of years that there's maybe a new TV show in the works or a continuation or something. I wonder if we get that now that not only Scream 5, but probably Scream 6 is going to be super successful. So I'm excited to see what they do. If they do something. Scream works really well as a TV show. That's the one thing I learned from Seasons 1 and 2. Man, it's impressive. The thing that fascinates me the most about the TV show is that, oddly enough, the first 2 seasons are probably the most ambitious Scream has gotten in any continuation past the original, which is so fascinating to me that the TV show, of all things, not the 4 movies are good. I like the 4 sequels. I enjoyed them. I think they're all good movies. But the most ambitious, specifically, out of all of that, I would argue, is specifically Seasons 1 and Season 2 of the TV show. And I think that is so interesting. That's the thing for me that is the most out there, creative, ambitious. Very, very interesting. I definitely like all the movies better than the TV show, though. I will say that, but the television show tries a lot of things and succeeds at most of them really well. I feel like if you would have done that in a movie, I would have lost my mind. So I don't know. I really love what Seasons 1 and Season 2 did. I just feel like there was some things about it I wasn't huge on. Just that, it just feels a little long. TV shows for me personally just feel a little long. Movies are my favorite way to watch anything. It takes a lot for me to watch an entire season of something personally, but the Midnight Club was recently something I've been really big on. I'm really enjoying that so far. Definitely kind of lulls a little bit in the middle for Midnight Club where I'm at. I'm at episode 5 or 6, I want to say, and I'm okay, it's not bad. The first 3 episodes really drew me in, but it's kind of dipping a little bit, but I'm enjoying it. I'm excited to get some kind of reveal there. But Midnight Club's really fucking good too if you guys have not seen that. So speaking of shows like the Scream TV show, you guys might enjoy that. Just saying. You're in Ohio too? Yes, I am. I was so pumped when Cap and Black Widow was walking through Tower City. Yes, yeah, me too. And the fountain in the Winter Soldier. Yeah, oh yeah, the Winter Soldier was filmed there too, wasn't it? Yeah, I forgot about that. I was talking about you heard it. You've been here the whole time, Jarrett. Yeah, I was talking about the Loki scene in the first Avengers. But yeah, I forgot that was filmed there too. That's awesome shit. My English teacher worked on that movie. Oddly enough, he was like somebody on that movie. I can't remember for the life of me, but I remember him telling us a story in English class in my senior year of high school about how he worked on that, and he actually physically ran into Scarlett Johansson on accident with a bunch of coffees in his hand. So I thought that was a really funny story. Wow, you just like brought back a memory I haven't thought about in years. That's crazy stuff. Ooh, Malik, this is a great question, and this is you're about to set me off on a little rant here, and then I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream. But I have a crazy little rant about a Prey 2 that I think is interesting. So first of all, I loved Prey, really really fun movie from this year, great addition to the Predator franchise for sure. Could I see them making a Prey 2? To which I would say probably not. And here's why. Here's how I feel about this. Not sure how much it made, but I would love a Predator set in the samurai time period. Now that is really fucking cool. But personally, I would love for them to just keep doing one-shots like how Prey was initially. It is a brand new story in the universe. Obviously, it's connected to the other films through little Easter eggs and shit, which I think is great. But I really want franchises to start doing what Prey did, where it's like these little one-shot stories where it doesn't have to connect to anything. You know, we don't have to set up entire trilogies of these long-ass fucking stories that are just going to get muddied by the time we get to the third film. I've seen it happen to way too many beloved franchises of mine from the past couple of years, and I'm just like, man, Prey did it fucking right. That was an open and shut case of a story. Really fucking good movie. It's my favorite Predator sequel. Honestly, I fucking love Prey. I think it's a lot of fun. Conceptually, one of the best continuations to a franchise I've seen recently. I think it's really well done. Besides that, though, it's the concepts that really impressed me about Prey. And I feel like every other franchise should do a Prey-like movie, because that's just, you're not, like, obviously you're not going to make as much money, but Prey did have a really good, pretty successful like launch. I think it was like a really big it was streamed a lot on Hulu, if I'm remembering correctly. I can't remember like if it specifically was like the biggest horror movie release on Hulu or whatever the fuck. It was probably something like that though, because movies that went to streaming this year broke some fucking records. Like, holy shit. Orphan First Kill got a very minimal like theatrical run, and it made a lot of money for its very limited run, and that went straight to Paramount Plus. It's almost like, hey, maybe they should have just sent that to theaters and it would have done well. People were really excited about that one. I surprisingly got a lot of views on my updates on Orphan First Kill, and I liked the movie. It was really enjoyable. I can't believe they took that concept and made it fresh again. That and Prey were both very big surprises for me from this year. I was like kind of lukewarm on Prey. I remember the trailer didn't really give us too much to go off of, so I was like, this looks cool, but I don't know if it's gonna work setting doing the time period thing. But I really enjoyed it. Thought it was great. Same thing with Orphan First Kill. Like, I was like, when they first announced that they're doing a prequel movie, I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work for Orphan. Like, I liked that first movie a lot, but I was like, what else can they do now that we know the twist? And they somehow made it fucking fresh again with a brand new crazy fucking twist, which I thought was awesome. So yeah, I don't know, really, really crazy stuff. But I genuinely feel like every horror franchise should do a little one shot like that. That would be that's the best case scenario, I think, for fans of any franchise. You know, I don't know. I would love to see that concept. And you know, love or hate Prey, because everyone's got their opinions. That's all good. I actually do like Predator 2 a little bit. It's got some slow parts, but I enjoy it. What I will say though is, I really think that more franchises should do these little one-shots, because then, like, if people don't like it, they can move on and do something else next in a brand new one-shot. We should just keep doing that. Like, why don't we do that anymore? Why does everything have to be a trilogy? I would argue that we don't have to do trilogies for every single franchise, and I really feel like David Gordon Green would have prospered more if he had just done the one Halloween movie and taken all of his ideas into that. With Scream, I can see it being a trilogy, because I feel like Radio Silence could plan a trilogy a little better. I want to see what they can do with it personally. I'm actually really curious to see them do 3 movies with Scream, because you can tell a big story with Scream. They've already proved that they could do that in the past. That original trilogy is really well structured, even with the production issues that they had in both 2 and 3. So I'm excited to see what they do with with franchises moving forward, because I feel like we're starting to get out of the requel phase a little bit. I feel like that's starting to wind down here a bit. So I'm excited to see if what the next thing that happens is. Are we going to just start remaking shit again? Are we going to start doing one shots like Prey? Is Prey going to inspire other franchises to do something similar to that? Maybe we get a period piece for like maybe like a fucking prequel film for like Texas Chainsaw. I'm just like spitballing here. I don't know if something like that would work or if it would be good, but something like I just would love to see little one shots like that from anything. Texas Chainsaw sequel that has nothing to do with the other movies. Just give me something like that. It's, you know, the setup. You don't have to spend time fucking setting that up. Just give us fucking Leatherface, the Sawyer family killing people with chainsaws and eating them. You know, but throw us in a brand new situation this time around. You can make things original again. It's not that hard. Prey was one of the first movies to really capitalize on that recently, I would say. It's not like anything brand new, especially not for that franchise. I mean, Predator 2 is living proof that the franchise has gone in completely different directions all the time. Just about every sequel in that franchise specifically does. But I would just love to see them do that in other horror franchises that could really use a fresh take. There's a lot of them right now that I feel like could use some fresh takes instead of just doing the same old, especially with Nightmare on Elm Street too. I would love to just see them do a one-shot movie like that maybe leads into another one-shot. Doesn't have to be the same thing every single time. Or do the, okay, one more thing and then I'm actually ending my stream. And I like Scariest here. What's up, Brandon? How's it going, man? Pleasure meeting you, by the way, at Halloween Horror Nights. One more thing and I'll get off my soapbox. I really want to see that happen for franchises because I'm starting to feel like we're starting to get down. We're starting to really deflate with the requels. I'm starting to get less and less impressed with them with every movie I see. Like Jurassic World Dominion, I was like, it's got some cool things going for it. It's all great to see all these characters back. This is cool, but it just wasn't fantastic. You know, I'm starting to come down on the requels a little bit. I want to see them start doing something fresh again. I don't want them to just remake movies again. So maybe if they do like the one shots like that could be really fun in other franchises. Doesn't have to be a period piece, doesn't have to be a prequel. It could just be a random ass sequel that has nothing to do with anything else. Could be cool. So all the love to you guys so much. Lee the Nerd just stopped by. Howdy hey there, cowgirl. What's up? What's up? I am going to peace out because Jake is very tired and has to get some sleep at some point today. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And thank you for talking horror. This has been an absolute blast. And yes, the hats are back. As you guys know, the super chats will get hats on my head. So there you go. Keep that in mind for the next stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you to all my patrons and KillJoy cult members. You guys are the fucking best. Always a blast hanging out with you guys. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there.